it's Melanie Bradley for QuiltWoman.com. In the last segment of this video series, we discussed fusing heat-sensitive webbing to the back of fabric to use an applique. In this segment of the series, we're going to use a die cutting machine with die cuts to generate shapes that we can use for our applique. So, I take my fused fabric right here, and it's probably hard to see. Well, maybe this one's easier because it's hand dyed, so both sides are finished. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut it down to fit the shape of my die cut, or somewhere thereabout. So my shape is kind of a large die cut. Then I'm going to take the surface of the die and place my fabric on top. Now, for dies that are directional, such as letters or numbers, you'll want to make sure that you place your fusible webbing always side up when you're die cutting. That matters because that way your letters and numbers will come out facing the right direction. For these types of images, like floral, it doesn't matter. So it could be paper side down or paper side up. It doesn't matter. So, I've got my die and my fabric, my cutting pads, make a sandwich, and then I'm just going to simply roll through the die cutting machine. And for most die cutting machines, you can do more than one piece at a time if you're doing several appliques. So here's part of my applique anyway. There's my applique. Okay, let's do one more. So you'll want to fuse as much fabric as you might need to use on the surface of the item that you're appliquing. In this case, we're doing a shirt with a blank surface, so we're going to have several appliques. Okay, so there are my flower layers with the fusing on the back. Another way to do this is you don't have to use a die cutting machine at all, but if you're handy with a pen or a pencil, you can draw your own images. So I'm not really a great illustrator, but I do know how to draw a heart. So I might draw a heart onto a sturdy surface like a light cardstock. In addition to that, you can also use your computer to generate shapes. A lot of you are very handy with advanced photo editing software such as Photoshop or Illustrator. You can use that kind of thing. So here I will just take my cardstock shape, trace it onto the back of the fused fabric, and cut it out. And then you'd have another die shape. Ugh, we have to put